assisted by Jake Farrell and Ryan Walsh. I am Jake Levin alongside Mark Igo and Art Egerton on the camera. Welcome in, everyone.
Hey, Jake, good to be here tonight, getting through all of that snow. And the Hingham game will be played tomorrow afternoon at 4:30. So just one game tonight, but be sure to tune in for all three tomorrow.
That is an important programming note. We got a triple header here on the MHL family of networks tomorrow. Hingham Barnstable, your other D1 South semifinal. The winner of this game will face the winner of that game. Xaverian in their home whites with gold and navy trim. Duxbury in their road greens. As that shot is fired by Jack Cook and a save made by Tucker Kelly. Duxbury 14-5-5. Xaverian 16-6-1. Duxbury has gotten here by defeating the Newton North Tigers in their last game 1-0, and previously by defeating the Mansfield Hornets 4-0. Xaverian is here after knocking off the Boxers of Brockton 6-1, and they took out the Braintree Womps also in a 1-0 game. So neither of these teams have allowed many goals in the postseason.
All right, Jake. Xaverian coming in 7 goals for, 1 goal against, and the Duxbury Dragons coming in 5 goals for, 0 goals against. So tough defenses here, Jake.
The Dragons have allowed their first goal of the postseason. It came moments ago at the 1:44 mark of the first period. Again, Tim Sweeney's goal, in case you were just joining us. Xaverian looking for a clear out of their end, but good forechecking by Brockwell, trying to get to the end boards. Xaverian the other way. This is Trevor McQuaid up the left wing. Trailing pass. He left it for John Beniers, who got leveled by Brockwell. Hunter Smith sends it up for Brockwell, played back by Anthony Patata. 8:04 to go in the first period. Intercepted by Christensen, and that shot is high off the end glass. In goal for the Hawks is Aiden Murphy. He's a sophomore. It's Farrell up ice, up the left side, goes wide, along the perimeter, goes to the far corner, still with the puck, being very well defended by P.J. Garrett, a freshman defenseman for the Dragons. Griffin gets the puck over towards Zek, cross ice up for Ryan Stevens now, who bats it into his attacking zone, but played out of the crease by Murphy. Over halfway gone in this first period. Up ice, John Beniers for Xaverian. Knocked off the play by Erasti for the Dragons. Garrett off the side glass, kept alive at the far point by Jack Tufts. Duxbury gets a clear. This is Griffin for Zek. Zek is going to send it wide of Murphy, who came out of his net to play it anyways and sent it into the protective netting. That'll get us a draw 7:03 to go in the first.
Yeah, Jake, we certainly want to take some time to thank our sponsors here tonight. Transitions Kitchens and Bath, embracing style, personality, and home. Located right in Norwell, Massachusetts.
Dragons get an attacking zone draw. Working it towards the slot was Owen Ridicus. Stolen away by the Hawks up the other way. Again, Xaverian moving from right to left across your screen. Duxbury from left to right. Far side Burns for the Dragons. That is Hannon. Back to Campbell. Up was looking for Ridicus. Intercepted by Andrew Durkin. Durkin on the right side of the ice. Dumps the puck into the Duxbury defensive end, where Matt Campbell takes it and jams on the brakes, severely deking out Henry Bruckner. Duxbury yet to clear it. From the far point, taken by Cook. Here come the Dragons. It's Corcoran trying to split through the middle. Corcoran had a poke checked away. Christensen will track it down in the far corner. Corcoran over there as well. Corcoran to the point. Garrett misplayed it, and the Dragons have to reset in the neutral zone. But now here's Zarassi on the right side. Thinks about shooting it. Puts a deke on one Hawk defender. Shoots it. He got by Matty McGlynn there, but Murphy covers up for the save. 5:57 to go in the first period. It's 1-0. Xaverian with the lead.
Thanks, Jake. Also want to thank Integrated Benefits Group. Is a boutique firm specializing in employee benefits and human capital management. Visit them online at thinkibg.com.
Hawks from their own end. Noah Sorrento Now P.J. Garrett for Duxbury. From beyond the red line, sent it off the end boards. Dragons will take a line change. When under the legs of McQuaid, Erasti came in along the near half wall. Big scrum for the puck. Erasti being held up there by McInnery. Griffin backhands it to the far corner. Stevens over to play it. Tangled up with Sorrento on the end boards, and now emerging is Tommy Fitzgibbons. Fitzgibbons in transition had a poke checked away by Griffin. Griffin's going to gain line by himself, fires, and a blocker save made by Murphy to the far corner. Far point, Garrett knocked Fitzgibbons off the play a bit. Here's Ryan Walsh. Another good poke check by the Dragons. That was Joe DiMartino. DiMartino down there with Evan Burns. The energy line for the Dragons. In the slot, DiMartino to the backhand. Saved by Murphy and poking at his Burns. And we got a big old scrum in front of the net. Burns went down in the midst of 4 Hawks.
Yeah, going right to the net. They're going to get a penalty here on the Hawks. First penalty of the game. 4:51 remaining in the first period. Dragons will go on the power play. First power play of the game as well as big number 6, Jake Farrell. Well, they're going to get matching calls here, Jake, and the Duxbury fans right behind us don't like it very much, and can't say I blame them. Looked like the Duxbury player clearly took the worst of that one.
Yeah, I guess you got to call it both ways, but it'll be 5-on-5 due to the offset. Hawks getting an explanation. Dragons don't seem to be quite as angry with this one, which surprised me. Essentially 4 Xaverian players on top of 1 Dragon. Fired from Corcoran, blocked. Now scrum in the corner, 18-on-18. That's Erasti going to come in and shoot. Goes off the skates of Jack Cook. Corcoran along the perimeter. Garrett came in from the far point. Xaverian will get a clear. Jack Cook knocked away by Erasti, a co-captain for the Dragons. Up for Corcoran. Corcoran back for Erasti. It's going to be Christensen on the shot, and it is just wide to the near side of the post. 4:18 to go in the first period. Xaverian on top, 1-0. Dragons starting to get some good chances here, Mark.
Yeah, Duxbury just starting to get some legs under them, keeping the pressure there in the Hawks defensive zone, and I think we've got another penalty coming this time. We're going to slash here being called against number 17 of Xaverian, which is Ryan Walsh. So Walsh goes to the box, and of course we get matching penalties yet again, Jake. So right when I look like we're going to get a power play, we're not going to get one. So we're going to skate 5-on-5. Big thank you also to Jif. Jif Go to Dippers. New Jif to Go Dippers combine creamy Jif peanut butter and crunchy pretzels for the perfect grab-and-go snack.
Thank you, Mark. 4:11 to go. Stays 5-on-5. Penalty box is getting crowded for each team. A pair of players. Griffin towards the slot for Zek, who tries pounding it through the legs of Murphy, who's able to hang on for the save. 4:04 to go in the first. Tim Sweeney got scoring started a minute 44 into the game. There has been nothing since. Griffin is going to be tossed from the draw or not, just getting a reset here. It's going to be Griffin versus Durkin. It was won by the Dragons. Griffin tracks it down along the end boards. Up the other way, Matty McGlynn for Hardman. Hardman's going to dump it into the left side, corner boards to the near side of the ice. Durkin tracks it down, intercepted by Griffin as he moves up ice in transition. 3-on-2 came the Dragons. Zek is going to wrist it, and another nice save by Murphy.
Yes, we got matching minors there, Jake. 18 going to the box for Duxbury for the slash, and 17 going to the box for Xaverian for the roughing call. As you said, 3:40 remaining in this first period. I'm starting to tilt a little bit in the favor of the Dragons here, Jake.
Duxbury certainly playing like they got something to prove. Duxbury, they stumbled a little bit down the stretch this season. They had, by their standards, a not very successful Buddy Ferreira Classic. 0-2-1 this year after winning the whole tournament the year before and punching their ticket to the Super 8. Hasn't seemed to affect them in the D1 South, however. The goal they allowed to Sweeney in the second minute of the game was their first of this tournament. Duxbury, unique in that they're the only Division I team within their league. That would be the Patriot League's Keenan division. We'll touch on that momentarily. Play continues. Anthony Ptata for the Hawks. Corcoran, long to Brockwell. Brockwell's looking towards Ridicus in the slot. Well defended by the Hawks, and it goes to the near corner boards. We're inside 3 minutes ago, where Campbell fires it. Stick save for Murphy up into the protective netting. So as I said, Duxbury, they're the lone Division I team in the Patriot League Keenan division. Quincy, Plymouth North, and Whitman-Hanson, all D2 schools. Silver Lake, a D3. But Duxbury, they're still able to schedule quality opponents.
Yeah, they do play outside their division pretty often. They played Xaverian earlier in the season, losing 3-0 in that one. But, always playing quality opponents outside of their league, Jake, as you said, especially in the Falmouth tournament.
And a goal for the Dragons. It's P.J. Garrett, the freshman, ties the game at 1 at 12:09 in the first period. Brand new hockey game here. It's 1 apiece at Gallo.
Looked like an innocent enough shot there, Jake, from the point. I don't think the goaltender ever saw that one as it kind of got in on him late and found its way into the back of the net, so we're all knotted up with 2:51 remaining in the first.
The fans reinforcing what I just mentioned. He is indeed a freshman. Cross point to Erasti. Dragons looking for more. Zek for Griffin, the one-time bid. Saved by Murphy. Garrett again from the point. And that's well wide. But Erasti again pinches in. Near side right. It is going to trickle to the left half wall. Garrett able to bat it in a little further. Griffin now up against the boards. But here come the Hawks in transition. This is Hardman leading the charge. Hardman in the slot for Durkin, and having to compensate at the last second with his glove was Tucker Kelly.
Yeah, so Jake, that one's going to go at 12:09. Duxbury ties at 1-1. Goal going to the freshman P.J. Garrett. Assist to number 22 Burns, the senior. So again, the Dragons sign it up at the 12:09 mark.
2 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first period. Duxbury had been looking like the sharper team since Xaverian's goal, and they now have something to show for it. A tied game. At the point, that Shaw sends along the M boards. Campbell knocked off by Durkin. Christensen in a battle with Hardman. Far point, it's McGlynn. Towards Durkin, looking for the wraparound bid. It's loose in the slot, score! Andrew Durkin came in uncovered off of a rebound, and it's 2-1 Xaverian. It looked like the Dragons had dodged a bullet there. The shot was taken. Jack Cook tried to swing it around from the far circle to the right side. Kelly made the initial save, but there was Durkin uncovered, swept in. Easiest goal he'll score all season long. And Xaverian gets the lead right back. Oh, by the way, looks like they're going to get a power play out of this. Going to the box is Christensen. Cross check. So it's going to be 5-on-4 Xaverian now. Everything coming up Hawks. It's Durkin's goal, assisted by Cook.
Andrew Durkin, assisted by number 8, Mike Hannigan, and number 10.
They will also give a second assist to Hardman. So it is 2-1. Dragons send it out of their own end. They'll be on the penalty kill for the majority of this period, the remainder of the period. About a 30-second difference between the game clock and the penalty clock. Gaining line on the near side is Beniers. Cross point, McGlynn tees it up. Erasi tries to get a quick release. Hardman shoots. Zek gives up his body, and it is deflected over the end glass. That is a Brian Zek fathead we are seeing up in the Duxbury student section. Duxbury AD had to call in a few favors to get that approved. Guess he knows the right people. We'll see if Hingham tries to follow suit or Barnstable tomorrow now that the precedent has been set. Toss from the draw is Griffin, replaced by Zek. Off the draw, shot was blocked. Farrell is the one that took it. Kelly with his glove, second effort. Tried to follow on it initially, couldn't hang on, but he reached back out with his glove and made the save. Minute 22 to go in the first.
Yeah, big play there by Kelly, as you called it, Jake. That puck was loose and rolling around there, and the big mid came out to cover that up, and the faceoff will come to his right here, as you said. 1:22 remaining in the period, 53 on the power play.
Hawks win the draw. Walsh cross-pointed, whiffing at it with Shaw. He was able to advance it a little further, didn't lose possession entirely. That's the second shot by Walsh. And not knowing where it was Kelly, but a good positional save. Was able to kick it out with his pad. And that was Shaw, not Walsh, on the shot. My apologies. Erasti is shadowing Jake Farrell here right along the blue line. 27 seconds go on the man advantage. Shaw gains the line to Sweeney. Sweeney is going to look for the wraparound. It was blocked. 47 seconds to go in the period. Sent in by Walsh beyond the goal line. Farrell holding the puck, tries to wrap it to the far post. Farrell still with it. Out in the left circle, fanning at the pass, was Walsh. Corcoran will try to get it clear. He was out-muscled by Farrell. It's kept alive by the Hawks. Walsh still advancing it on the near side half boards. Barely alive, but here's Christensen fresh out of the box. Christensen gains the line for Duxbury. Sweeping back is John Beniers. Intercepted by Hannon. Now interrupt a Xaverian charge, although not so fast. It's Walsh who fires, and it's wide to the far side of the post. Kelly had his glove out. 4 seconds to go in the period. Cook is going to try to wrap it around, but while he was behind the net, the clock expires. Well, an entertaining first period there, Mark.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, a lot of offense on both sides. We thought it would be a defensive struggle here, but 3 goals here in the first period, and, both goaltenders playing well, so we easily could have seen 3 or 4 goals in that period, but Xaverian got out to the 1-0 lead, 1:44 into the game. Timmy Sweeney scoring that first goal of the game with assist going to number 6, Jake Farrell, and number 17, Ryan Walsh. Then we had some matching penalties at 10:09 and then more matching penalties at 10:49. So the physicality was picking up as the Duxbury Dragons were able to keep most of the momentum down in the Xaverian Hawks zone, and that paid off at the 12:09 mark. Duxbury able to get the equalizer at 12:09. Goal coming from freshman P.J. Garrett, shooting the puck in from his left point with assists on that going to number 22, Evan Burns. And we stood at the 12:09 mark, 1-1. Xaverian going up 2-1 at 13:01. Goal coming from Andrew Durkin, the senior forward, getting his first goal of the game with assist going to sophomore Mike Hardiman, number 8, as well as number 10, Jack Cook, the senior forward. And also at the 13:01 mark was a cross-check penalty coming against Duxbury, which did end before the period, so there won't be a power play carried into the second period for Xaverian. But good first period, Jake. Up and down they went. Duxbury had some momentum there for a while.
You expected this kind of game, I think. These teams were too used to playing low-scoring games. Are not being challenged enough, maybe in their first games. Brockton, not much against Xaverian. Mansfield, not much against Duxbury. But then they withstood all they could handle from both Braintree and Newton North, respectively, and now they're going to bring out the best in one another. Trip to the D1 South Finals on the line. That game will be played on Sunday right here at Bourne Arena and right here on MyHockeyLive.com as well.
That's right, Jake will be carrying all the championship games on Sunday here at the Gallo. John Hickey, big shout out to John, who takes very good care of us down here, and just a wonderful arena and easier for us to get to, Jake, while the boys are up in Chelmsford tonight. Also over on MHL 1, you can see Paul McNamara and Bill McGonigal, and of course Pat Serio behind the camera. We have Art Egerton down here with us tonight behind the camera, and we apologize. A lot of snow down here on the Cape, so we're all running a little bit late, but we were able to at least get the game up and running, and we'll fix the scoreboard and make a few other graphical adjustments in between periods here. But want to give a shout out to Mohawk Rubber Sales. Mohawk Rubber Sales is the largest independent distributor of auto shop supplies in the USA and is headquartered right here in Massachusetts. Mohawk carries only the most reputable brands in the industry and can carry delivery to most U.S. locations in under 3 days. Most of our products are available for purchase online, so be sure to check out our store at MohawkRubber.com. That's MohawkRubber.com. We're going to take a little break here in between periods where Xaverian is leading Duxbury 2-1. We'll be back with the start of the second period momentarily.
I think I've been here more in the last 7 days than I have my whole life, but wouldn't have it any other way.
We also want to thank our newest sponsor, Local 103 IBEW, out of Dorchester, Massachusetts. Local 103, one of our very own Bill McGonigal, a Local 103 member. Giving his shout out to all his brothers and sisters over there. I know last night and probably tonight up in Chelmsford, where they are right now over on MHL 1.
And the D1 North, so this is the D1 South. The winners of these respective tournaments will collide on Sunday, March 15th at the TD Garden.
Yes, big night over at the Garden. And, of course, we'll have a big night here on Sunday night where the winner of this game will go on to play the winner of the Hingham-Barnstable game from tomorrow afternoon. And I think Arlington may have held on. They were beating Chelmsford earlier. But that matchup for the D1 North Championship will be Monday night up at the Songus Arena. And we'll be bringing that live as well on MyHockeyLive. That'll be on MHL 1 on Monday night, coming to you from the Songus Arena. We'll have the D1 North Championship as well as the D2 North Championship. And, of course, we'll be right back here tomorrow night with the makeup the makeup game there between Hingham and Barnstable. And then, of course, the D2 and D3 finals from the South.
Yeah, I was talking to Joey Garrity on Hingham today, an old neighborhood associate of mine, and he's disappointed they didn't play this game tonight. That team was ready to roll. We'll see if it cools them off at all. Hingham's firing right now, but, so is Barnstable. That 5-4 win over Marshfield, they were dead in the water twice and came back.
And there's Xaverian coming out with a little extra bounce in their step, a little extra jump here as they take the first shot on net at 14:48. So only a couple of seconds in.
For what it's worth, Xaverian played Barnstable in the regular season. They tied the Red Raiders 3-3 on February 11th. They had not faced the Harbormen. Duxbury, of course, beat Hingham January the 29th. They came back from 1 goal down in the third period. Really shocked the Harbormen and sent them into a mini tailspin. They won that game 2-1 at Pilgrim Arena. Here's Xaverian looking to create some offense. Cook backhands it on net, and a nice save by Kelly. Still alive in the Xaverian attacking zone. Far side, it's Walsh. Ryan Walsh moves into the circle and sent it, but it was blocked. And now here's Zek moving up the right, but he's a step too slow. Well defended by Timmy Sweeney. The other way. This is Xaverian. John Beniers. Beniers to the high slot, and he collides with Griffin and loses the puck. And it is shot all the way out of the Duxbury defensive end. This will be an icing, a bit delayed. Just a minute 03 gone by in the second period.
Yeah, Timmy Sweeney showing why he's one of the top players here in the state both ways here. Offensive zone and then a good back check there and a nice hit in his defensive zone down here to our left. And face-off now will come to the right of Tucker Kelly.
This is going to be Durkin for the Hawks. Lost it to Christensen for the Dragons. Here's Corcoran up the left wing. Dumps it off the side glass. Ahead for Christensen, who backhands it. but it was off the side of the goal. He's able to follow his shot and work it out to the far point. Campbell took the shot. It was blocked. Tracked down by Brockwell in the near corner. Corcoran throwing his body around there as well. Now to the half wall. It's Brockwell, intercepted by Jack Cook. But right back to Brockwell, who will not be denied here.
Yeah, I think P.J. Garrett took one off the hand there and is shaking his hand a little bit. We'll keep an eye on that. Number 10, the only goal, the first goal scorer of the night for Xaverian.
This is Henry Bruckner. Sends it off of Smith. Kelly.
My 10's mixed up there. That's Jack Cook. Sorry, I had my Duxbury roster in front of me, but that was Xaverian. Jack Cook shaking his hand. So.
Kelly came out of his net to play it. Is sent in wide by Bruckner. Campbell trying to keep Fitzgibbons away from the puck. Intercepted by Ridicus, who gets it out into the neutral zone. And now a huge scrum in front of the Xaverian bench. Glove down by Fitzgibbons. Trying to poke it free was Evan Craig. In the Xaverian defensive end, Fitzgibbons across ice for Sorrento. Sorrento goes behind his own net. The Hawks are taking their time breaking out. Finally into the neutral zone. A good poke check there by Hannon. But here are the Hawks. It was McInnery.
Yeah, we got an offsides here, but both teams, Jake, picking up the defensive intensity. Real strong forechecks there for Duxbury, really trapping Xaverian in their own defensive zone and not allowing them to get the puck out. And then when they finally do, again, there's just nothing but congestion at the blue line, and call for the offsides.
We're going to get a draw in the neutral zone right outside the Duxbury end. The draw was won by Burns and sent into his own zone. Erasti kicks it free to Ridicus, able to work it out for Burns. Burns for Craig. Craig on the sideboards, and Craig goes down. A huge hit from Noah Sorrento, but up ice, still with the puck was Burns. Finally pinned off the play by Tata. Circling around towards the slot, trying to fire with Stevens. And it goes to the corner where Erasti pinches into play.
Number 23, Evan Craig, went right to the bench after that hit, Jake. That was a big hit, big bruising hit there.
Beniers up for Farrell. Erasti throws his body in the way and sends it towards the point. Deflected out by Sweeney, but still Dragons puck. Zek for Garrett. Now back to Zek, who fires it off the end boards. Deflects back to Aiden Murphy. Left that one for Sorrento, and he was on the receiving end of a hit from Griffin. Duxbury looking for some more offense. That's Griffin. Backhanded it. Had his stick lifted by Sorrento. Sorrento chips it over the stick of Stevens. Duxbury trying to get it clear. Now it's Brian Zek from beyond the red line. Sends it on Murphy. Makes the save with his stick and leaves it for Sorrento. And it goes up into the Duxbury student section where it was caught by an unassuming parent, I believe, but nobody was hurt.
Yes, and being true Cubs fans, they throw the puck right back out onto the ice like they do at Wrigley, Jake, and Duxbury trying to get some offense going here. Really not a whole lot happening on either end of the ice.
Corcoran shoots it after receiving the draw, won by Christensen. 10:55 to go in the second period. Duxbury trails 2-1. Durkin up the far left side. Campbell pinches him off the play and sends the puck into the neutral zone. Matty McGlynn right off the side glass. Here's Hannon from behind his own net. Goes over for Brockwell, who was waiting at the half wall. Too soft a pass, redirected by Hardman.
Yeah, Brockwell's got to put a little more on that, Jake, or play it up the wall or something, but that little soft pass almost cost him.
McGlynn in his own end, trying to survive the four checks of Brockwell. Brockwell takes down McGlynn. Campbell sends it to the near corner. Murphy's out of his net to play it. Brockwell checks it along the left side. Cooks over to play it and tries to get out of his own end and was hooked by Brockwell. This is going to be a penalty against Duxbury.
Yeah, Brockwell's going to go for the hook. Got the stick right underneath the arm there of Jack Cook. Hauled him down, 9:58 remaining, so Xaverian will go on their
second power play. Easy call right in front of both the officials. Here's our look at the Xaverian power play for a second time tonight. Farrell out there to center the attack. Sweeney to his left in the slot. Beniers to his right off the half wall. Out at the points, Bruckner. And to the far side, Ryan Walsh. Beniers to Walsh. Walsh the far point, blocked by Zek. In the slot, crashing in was Beniers. And now all the way out of the zone, Duxbury gets their first clear of the power play.
Yeah, looked like a real good opportunity coming up there for Xaverian. As you said, Beniers going hard to the net, was kind of all alone for a minute there, but unable to catch that pass.
Beniers beyond the red line for Farrell, gaining entry to the zone on the right side. Stolen by Garrett, but not out. That shot is well wide from Bruckner. Blocker saved by Kelly. On the end boards, Farrell's waiting for the puck, trying to find a man in front. Good job by Garrett to get it out of there. Far point, it's Walsh with 44 seconds to go. Cross point for Bruckner, who sends it in, and that was blocked, went off the end boards. There to play it is Beniers. Check that, it's Sweeney, who's trying to find Beniers, but Duxbury gets another clear with 30 seconds to go on the man advantage for Xaverian.
I might have cursed P.J. Garrett, Jake. He did take a high slap shot there right off the right wrist. Went quickly to the bench and almost left a 5-on-3 out there. We're keeping an eye on him over on the bench to see if he'll come back on the ice there.
Corcoran and Christensen, a dual forecheck. Duxbury doing a good job killing off this penalty. Farrell gains the line up the left side. There's 5 seconds left to go on the man advantage. Farrell in a battle with Erasti, now joined by Sweeney. It's Farrell with a puck. Farrell in the far corner. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Brockwell, fresh out of the box, gets a stick in there, but again can't get it clear. Walsh fires it along the perimeter of the ice, hoping at the far half wall McGlynn could get there, but instead Corcoran frees it. Xaverian will have to reset. 8:08 to go in the second period. It's 2-1 advantage for the Hawks. McGlynn up the far left side of the ice. Going to gain the line to the left and try to get around Campbell, who poke-checked the puck away. Brockwell, again, cannot get the clear. Brockwell to the backhand, goes back to the forehand, was battling with McGlynn. This is going to be Hannon. Behind his own net, along the perimeter, up ice for Corcoran. Corcoran changes positions and cross ice for Campbell, who connected with Christensen, but he was too far in front. Is able to collect the puck. It's ended to Corcoran in the circle, and it was on net, but a nice pad save by Murphy. Over halfway has gone in the second, and as such, over halfway in the game. 7:23 to go.
Couple of good opportunities there for the Dragons, Jake, and Murphy coming up big, keeping this a 1-goal lead. Here they come again.
This is Burns firing in a routine glove save by Murphy, waiting for that one like a catcher.
Yeah, real nice shift there for Coach Blake's second line. They look really good here on that shift, getting a lot of pressure in the Hawk zone and testing Aiden Murphy a couple of times there.
Hawks out of the Catholic Conference. 16-6-1 overall, but they were just 3-5 in Catholic Conference play. Of course, that's a murderer's row of a schedule. Erasti from the point, blocked in front. Grabbing the rebound was Ridicus. Goes off the end boards. Garrett for the point. He's going to tee it up. Off the legs of McInnery it goes. Erasti tracks it down and had to sort of delay entrance there. It would have been an offside.
Yeah, broken stick there on number 15. Tommy Fitzgibbons had to skate a long way down to the end of the ice to replace that stick.
This is a trickling puck that wound up on its side. Will not be an icing. Erasti could not get the clear. That's Sorrento. Down low for Fitzgibbons. 6.5 to go, second period. Towing the line there was Sorrento. Almost stolen by Zek. Now Erasti from his own end. Crisp diagonal pass to Zek as he gains the line and trying to get through the wall that is Anthony Patata. Crowd won an interference call. Looked like some good, clean body work by Patata. Here's Xaverian the other way. Beniers for Fitzgibbons, gaining the line. Well defended by Garrett, who comes up with a steal. Four Dragons on this side. Here comes Griffin, who wrists it and breaks the stick of Walsh. But Walsh did his job.
They got a penalty coming here. Playing with a broken stick was Xaverian's defenseman. And they got a delayed call here coming, and Duxbury trying to get the goalie out, but not going to be able to. So Duxbury will go on their power play here, Jake.
That was very unique. We had 4 Dragons breaking up to our near side left. They could only get the one shot off, though. If Griffin had been a little more patient, who knows, that could have developed into an even better scoring chance.
Yeah, I think you're right. They certainly could have had a little more opportunity down here on the offensive zone, but with the penalty, the faceoff will come down here anyhow. Number 17, Ryan Walsh goes to the box.
It's Griffin centering Zek to his left in the slot, Corcoran to his right on the half wall. At the points, Garrett and Erasti. Trying to get it clear as Farrell, and he is successful. Just 6 seconds in, and it's a slow-moving puck where Kelly leaves it for Erasti. That's the kind of clear you want. Corcoran moving to his left side, dumps it in on the corner. Murphy out of his net. Left it dangerously for Nick Shaw, but the Hawks get the clear. Here's Griffin regaining control. From the circle, fires in a blocker saved by Murphy that goes up into the rafters here at Gallo Arena. We're going to get a stoppage. 5:09 to go in the second. 58 seconds to go on the man advantage for the Dragons.
Yeah, we've had an opportunity to see Jack Griffin a couple of times, obviously, during the Falmouth tournament. Got a lot of speed, real quick hands, good wrist shot there, and Murphy had to come up big again to keep this a one-goal game. 58 seconds remaining on the power play.
It's the same 5 for Duxbury. There's 32 seconds gone. Griffin lost the drop, but it is initially not out.
Yeah,
it tumbled
over Garrett's stick. Tough break for Duxbury. Garrett would have had a good look.
Now Erasti gains the line and takes the puck on a tour of the attacking zone. They're trying to go backhand on the far post, but deflects all the way out. Here's Sweeney jetting up ice into the right circle, into the slot, and a nice blocker save on the far side by Murphy.
Yeah, Sweeney
Kelly,
to Farrell. Farrell getting off that quick one-timer, but Sweeney went head first into the boards, and his helmet came off as his face slid into the board, so we may have some well, he's holding his head. I can't tell if he's bleeding or not, but danger. Yeah, he is. Okay. Oh, boy. Yeah, he went in very awkwardly and is going to come here now to get off the ice is number 16, Timmy Sweeney, making that happen, too. Hopefully.
And that's a good sign that he is skating off more or less under his own power with some guidance.
Yeah, I think it was more the helmet than the boards, Jake, but he went in funny into the boards. The helmet kind of popped on him, and you could tell he knew right away that he had some sort of a cut or something there on his forehead. So we'll see what if they have to come out and clean the ice as well, because I've got to believe there's some blood down there.
Oh, there's quite a bit along the end boards in the Duxbury defensive end, right behind the net. Yeah, there's like, yep, here they go. They're going to bring out something, a broom.
Yeah, that Zamboni might have to come out for this one because of the, well, no, I think you're right. I think they'll go get the, so we'll get a little timeout here, but 4:42 remaining in the second period. The Hawks of Xaverian leading the Duxbury Dragons 2-1, 31 seconds remaining on the Duxbury power play, Jake, and just a real good move by Sweeney there, coming down that side and making a nice feed to Farrell. Farrell rips it off, and Tucker Kelly just able to get the blocker on that. But, right after Sweeney just lost his balance as soon as he made that pass, and he went awkwardly into those boards.
It looked like he initially thought about shooting that puck. It was a low angle, but he had space within that near circle. But then he did see Sweeney saw Farrell jetting in through the slot, and it was a great pass, but a better save by Kelly.
I think they may have to bring the Zamboni out here, although they're trying to shave the ice around it. But
here's the Zamboni.
Yeah, Zamboni's going to come out now and try to clear that ice. But so give us an opportunity again to thank all of our sponsors. Local 103 IBEW out of Dorchester, the electrical union there. Big shout out to them. thanks to Integrated Benefits Group. Integrated Benefits Group, IBG, is a boutique firm specializing in employee benefit and human capital management. To get your no-cost benefits audit, please call Tony Maffio at 781-953-2000. Again, that's Tony Maffio at 781-953-2000, or visit him online at thinkibg.com. That's thinkibg.com. Also, a big thanks to all of our friends at Jif. Jif coming out with a popular new product now, the Jif To-Go Dippers. The new Jif To-Go Dippers combine creamy Jif peanut butter and crunchy pretzels for the perfect grab-and-go snack. And I know, Jake, that's a big favorite of yours.
They are worth it.
Mohawk Rubber Sales. Mohawk Rubber Sales is the largest independent distributor of auto shop supplies in the USA and is headquartered right here in Massachusetts. Most of our products are available online for purchase, so be sure to check out our store at mohawkrubber.com. And it looks like now, Jake, we've got the situation with the ice squared away with 4:42 remaining in the second, and the Dragons will continue this power play.
Yeah, Dragons, they had some chances early on. Good clear out by the Hawks, and that's an excellent job by Farrell. Bats it in emphatically to his attacking zone. Down there on the forecheck, very aggressive Jack Cook. But here come the Dragons. It is Griffin going to gain the line through the middle, moves to the right circle, turns on the brakes in the near corner. But swept out entirely by McGlynn. Kelly is going to go off the side glass. McGlynn redirects it to the far side
corner. For the power play, Jake, and Duxbury fans obviously right behind us looking for a call as Griffin was tangled up along the sidewall there, but 4:02 remaining in the second.
Griffin fans at it. Sweeney tried to knock him down. Erasti trying to ameliorate the situation. Corcoran joins the fray, and he comes up with a puck on that new clean sheet of ice inside 4 minutes ago here in the second.
Yeah, we haven't called Erasti's name much. Big number 5, Sean Erasti, the captain of the Dragons, had a tremendous Falmouth tournament, and good first couple of games here down at the Gallo, and not much out of him yet tonight. Still early.
That's Jared Beniers of the near side right. He's the younger brother of John Beniers, a freshman. John, a senior captain. That's Durkin. On the end boards, trying to stick handle his way to the net was Hardman. Taken down. And that's going to be a call against Duxbury. I think this is Erasti.
Yeah, this is Erasti going to the penalty box here. 3:07 remaining in the second period, and Xaverian will now have their third power play of the game. Second of the period. So at the 11:53 mark,
Duxbury, after a power play that was interrupted by the injury to Tim Sweeney, is now going to have to go on the shorthanded. Their killers will be Garrett, Hannon, Griffin, and Zek. So here's your Xaverian power play for a third time tonight with about 3 minutes to go in the second period, and they have a 2-1 lead. Jamming on the brakes in the end zone was Jake Farrell. To the far corner for Walsh. And trying for the wraparound, not once but twice as Farrell, denied both times by Tucker Kelly. Coming up with a rebound was Walsh all the way back in the corner. Griffin throwing his body around and intercepts it and sends a high clearing puck all the way to the near corner where it's left by Aiden Murphy, and he will sweep it around for Hardman, the safer play. But here's Zek on the shorthand. Zek with some stick moves, backhands it, rebound to Christensen, but he was in too deep and sends it off the side of the goal.
Yeah, real nice play there by number 18, Zek, feeding that puck across, and a good opportunity there on the shorthanded for the Dragons.
A bouncing puck off a one-time bid. McGlynn took the shot, and there was Walsh trying to crash in off the rebound. Again, Kelly in good position. He had to dive on top of that one, but he makes the save nonetheless.
Yeah, both goaltenders getting tested a little bit here, and we haven't seen a lot of shots on net, but they've all been quality so far in the second period. 2:16 remaining, 39 seconds on the power play for the Hawks.
Scrum in the near corner off a draw that was won by Durkin. In the slot, he had Cook, who sent it back towards Durkin, who was in the end zone. Durkin to the near point. That's Bruckner. Back for Durkin at the far half wall. Durkin with a shot. Save Kelly. Wrap around. Opting not to do that is McInnery.
I tell you, if the Hawks want to feed it back to the point, Jake, it's there for the taking. I don't know why they're trying all these shots from the back of the net.
That was taken by Cook, blocked off the skates of Campbell. The penalty has expired, so back on is Brockwell. Again, a wraparound bid. That is Cook in front for Durkin. Durkin with a shot. Another save, Kelly. And we got another big old scrum in front of the net. Throwing down
a lot of broken
stick.
sticks today.
And leaving the ice is Cook. Was Jack Cook just ejected from this game?
He did shatter his stick, but he looks like he went into the locker room to get a stick. I haven't seen this before. He's got a new stick, and he'll,
Well,
I
that's what threw me
on
off.
the bench.
Right.
Yeah.
Usually you just get your extras from the bench. You know, we've seen a handful of players ejected this tournament.
I think he's lucky that John Hickey was standing right there by the door to let him in and out.
Minute and a half to go in the second. Puck is in. The Hawks attacking to end. They could get another goal here and extend their lead to 2. Zek and the Dragons up ice. They're trying to tie this game. Here's Stevens battling with McGlynn. McGlynn wins it and is going to take care of the puck, go to the end boards, sends it to Walsh. It pops up. Griffin gloves it down in front of his own bench. Far half wall. Stevens, Griffin. Neither of them could steal it away from Walsh, although on the back attempt now, it is Griffin. Sends it in. Duxbury not quite here. Griffin, the right circle shot, and it's wide of the goal mouth. Out to the near point. Ted Hannon pinches in from that near point. Chasing it down far corner. Out to the point of Rasty, and a stick save by Murphy that went out of play.
So no scoring in this period, Jake. Kind of what we expected the game to be more like this period here, where we had 3 goals in the first period. Kind of caught us by surprise here, but not a whole lot of offense here in the second period as both teams, Coach Spinelli of the Hawks and Coach Blake of the Dragons, probably in between periods said, boys, we're going to tighten up.
38 seconds to go in the second. It's Brockwell working with Corcoran. Corcoran along the end wall. He's trying to find Brockwell in the slot, defended by Cook, who was not ejected. Erasti at the far point, chips it towards net. Corcoran in the circle, trying to find Christensen in the slot, and it's forced out by Xaverian.
Yeah,
jetting
maybe
up
should have
ice.
shot that one, Jake, instead of trying to make that cross-body pass.
A slow-moving puck is saved by Kelly. It's still loose. I can't really see it as Kelly is able to get his glove on it. And Corcoran now joined with Bruckner. Only 3 seconds to go in the period. That is a huge save by Tucker Kelly.
Huge save. Big rugby scrum right there in his goal mouth. And Kelly staying calm, cool and collected, able to find that puck and cover it up with all sorts of skates, sticks, and bodies on top of him. 3 seconds remaining in the second, and Xaverian holding on to that 2-1 lead.
Yeah, at this point, Duxbury resigned to the fact they're going to go into the third trailing. But you can't go in trailing by 2, giving up a goal in the final 3 seconds. That's a pivotal save by Kelly, which we may remember if the Dragons can come back to tie this game later.
You also can have 6 players on the ice, and Duxbury getting a benefit of a whistle here and not being called for too many men as they haven't dropped the puck yet.
Xaverian brought their goaltender out of the net, Murphy. 6-on-5 with 3 seconds to go. Really a low-risk, low-percentage play, but they try it nonetheless. Shots on goal for the second. 11 for Xaverian, 8 for Duxbury. That'll do it for us in the second period. I'll turn it over to you, Mark.
Thanks, Jake. Nothing but penalties in that period. Duxbury went down shorthanded. 5:02 mark. Number 14 was Brian Brockwell being called for a hook. A couple of minutes after that, Xaverian taking their first penalty of the period as number 17, Ryan Walsh, was called for an unsportsmanlike conduct, having played with a broken stick. And then Duxbury allowing Xaverian to go on the second power play of the period as Sean Oresti, number 5, was called for roughing at the 11:53 mark, and we've seen a bunch of broken sticks and a few flurries of activities in front of the goalies, but no goals in that period, Jake.
No, it's a real even game. Neither team is looking real otherworldly dominant, I would say. Just good flow to this game, a few penalties, and obviously we had the interruption on the injury to Sweeney. But other than that, it's been a pretty fast-paced game that I think is going to come down to the final 2 or 3 minutes. I think it'll be one goal at that point, and you're going to have the goalie pulled, and we'll see what happens there. That's my prediction.
Yeah, we'll see if Sweeney comes out of that locker room. Maybe he's able to get some stitches in there. I'm not sure if they can do it that quickly here at high school, and if they've let him back out there. But that's a big loss for the Hawks. Their leader and their captain, Sweeney, going to the locker room there with the injury to his forehead. But like you said, Jake, 8 minutes remaining here in the break, so we'll take a quick break here. We'll be back with the start of the third period with the Xaverian Hawks leading the Duxbury Dragons 2-1. There's a great sign for the Xaverian Hawks. It's number 16. Timmy Sweeney leads his team back onto the ice, Jake. Goes into the locker room, gets stitched up, and he's ready to go.
Got the confirmation from Hingham coach Tony Messina doing his scouting, getting ready for potentially one of these two teams if the Harbormen can get by Barnstable tomorrow. And yeah, he told me Sweeney, a couple of screws, like the back end of the screws in his helmet, kind of dug into his forehead a little bit. Didn't break any bone or anything, obviously, but little skin. He's going to be okay.
That's what hockey's all about, Jake. Little blood on the ice, rub your forehead, go in and clean yourself up and get back out there for a big third period. And Xaverian could use his offense, that's for sure, hanging on to a 2-1 lead, kind of clinging on to a 2-1 lead.
You know, the way I see it, since the Hingham-Barnstable game got pushed back to tomorrow, we only have one game here tonight. How about a little overtime? How about some double OT and a shootout?
I had spoken to Coach Spinelli prior to the game down here on the glass, and we were talking just about that, Jake, because there is no game following this one tonight, and he knows that this was going to be a tight contest. They did beat them 3-0 earlier in the season, but I think they had a late goal there, so it was more of a 2-0 game, and we got a one-goal game here tonight. And Duxbury only having given up, well, both teams now having only given up 2 goals in the entire tournament. So we'll see what happens here as we get started for the third period, which should be an exciting one, Jake.
Duxbury trails 2-1. The winner of this game will play Sunday for the Division I South Crown. The loser will go home.
Puck finds its way into the net, and of course the winner of this one will play the winner of the Hingham-Barnstable game, which we'll be bringing to you tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. down here at Gallo Ice Arena. We have 3 on tap for you tomorrow night, so Jay's going to be a tired boy.
It's that time of the year. I wouldn't have it any other way. Xaverian keeps alive. Also have a score update for you if you are into the Super 8. Catholic Central 6, Austin Prep 2. That game is not yet over, but it looks as though there will be a third game in that series.
Well, and that'll be the first of those Super 8 games to go to 3 is Central Catholic. Boy, that's a little bit of an upset in my mind, Jake, with them scoring, well, at least not so much them beating Austin Prep, but beating them the way they are.
Dylan Regan, outstanding goaltender for Austin Prep. We saw what he did firsthand at the Buddy Ferreira Classic. Just ask the Hingham Harbormen. An outstanding performance by the freshman. Xaverian in there, attacking zone. Timmy Sweeney, he's back out there, got it to the point, and that is well wide off the stick of Nick Shaw. Duxbury the other way. 2-on-2. Griffin forces it past McGlynn to the corner. Nobody was trailing behind him. Zek was more off towards the slot, so Xaverian in transition. This is Farrell up with Sweeney. Sweeney in the corner with Erasti. We'll see if Sweeney is a little more cautious, shall we say, along the boards.
Well, he went into that corner with the biggest body on the ice, and number 5, Sean Erasti, so I think he's feeling it.
Corcoran gains the line by himself and fires it well wide off the end boards. Picked right back up by John Beniers.
Yeah, you got to wonder, Jake, if Coach Blake told his boys in the locker room, just throw it at the net, fellas. We got to get that puck to the net and try to get a loose puck, and here's one right now.
Murphy able to hold that far post. This is Shaw in his own end. Cannot get the clear. Intercepted by Campbell, who sends it towards the net in sort of a slow-moving puck. Can of corn for Aiden Murphy.
Yeah, can of corn, as you said, just throwing it towards the goaltender. He's easy to catch that one right in the midsection there and tie it up. Get the whistle, and a face-off coming to his left.
Can of corn, a term you hear a little more often in baseball, but I'd say that was the equivalent. Just a slow-moving shot towards the goal. Duxbury does get their attacking zone draw that they're going to need more of in order to tie this game. Along the perimeter. Xaverian tries twice to clear it out. Cannot do so. This is Zek towards Craig in the near corner. Craig working with Burns. That is off the skates of Bruckner. Behind their own net, Bruckner. Try to clear it out. Got it to Cook and up for Durkin. Here's Durkin. Quick transition for the Hawks. Durkin in the near circle. He's going to have to slow it down. He's about to hit the boards. And now carried out by Evan Burns. Evan Burns up the left side, working on Cook. Dumps the puck in. The Dragons will take a full line change. 12:42 to go in the third and final period of this game. Intercepted by Griffin with some moves into the corner boards. Pinned off the play by Bruckner. And coming up with a loose puck is Durkin. Durkin.
First big turnover we've seen in this period, Jake, in their own zone there, but they got away with it.
Durkin carried it. The shot was fired by McQuaid, well wide into the corner. Garrett bats at the puck in the far corner over there with McQuaid. It goes over the stick of McInnery, and now 2-on-2 come the Dragons, led by Brian Zek with a puck into the right circle towards the middle. He was looking for Stevens. Shot did not make it to his target, and now the other way is McInnery. Zek in his own end, back for Erasti. Erasti, a co-captain for the Dragons, alongside Jack Griffin and Tucker Kelly. Right along the red line on the side boards, a Hawk player just went down, and I believe he's on top of the puck. We'll try to get a look at the numbers for you, who was holding up play. And it is Nick Shaw, the junior.
Shaw looking up at the big tree, Sean Erasti standing above him, so probably not a bad decision to stay down on the ice on top of that puck and get a whistle. Not have to deal with Mr. Erasti standing above you. 11:44 remaining in the second.
Draw right at center ice. Controlled by the Hawks. Picked up by Christensen, who's going in by himself. Christensen turns on the brakes and waits for some help. Throws it towards the slot, intercepted by Farrell. Long diagonal for Sweeney. Sweeney in by himself, taken down from behind. Net well off its moorings. This is going to be a penalty against Duxbury, I believe.
Yeah, hooking call is going to come against Matt Campbell, and Duxbury fans a little upset. Big hit down here at the other end, but a clean hit by Beniers. And Campbell will go to the box for the hooking call.
There were two Dragons trying to slow down Tim Sweeney, and it took the both of them to prevent the goal, but they will pay the price. Dragons will be shorthanded for a fourth time tonight.
So 4:34 of the third period. Big opportunity here for Xaverian to get that two-goal lead.
John Beniers to take the draw for this Xaverian power play. He wins it. For Sweeney, fires, and it's wide off the end boards. Coming in from the far point, McGlynn off the half wall. McGlynn with some stick handling. Cross ice, not out, almost lost by Walsh. Back down for Sweeney in the near corner. Turns on the brakes and moves back up ice. Out for Walsh, who's going to fire it, and it goes off the glass in the end zone.
Yeah, they got what they wanted there. They got the puck back to Walsh and a bunch of bodies in front of the goaltender, and fortunately the shot went high and wide.
Walsh for Beniers. Beniers calms it down with his glove and is able to advance it along the blue line towards Sweeney. Erasti got his stick in there. Still Xaverian puck with 49 seconds to go. Walsh atop the circle fires, pad save Kelly. Sweeney tracks down the rebound in the near corner, goes back down low for Farrell. Farrell taking his time, tried to go short side to the backhand. Out to the point for Walsh, cross ice for McGlynn, who fires. Stick save Kelly, rebound, and another save Kelly.
Save.
That may even have been Erasti that got a piece of it and cleared out by the Dragons.
Well, that's our play of the game so far. Tucker Kelly making a huge save there to keep this a one-goal game with 14 seconds remaining in the power play. And the Dragons able to clear it all the way down. And we got a penalty here. Tripping call coming against Jake Farrell, number 6. And the Duxbury fans behind us, Jake, obviously like that one.
It's going to be 4-on-4 for 10 seconds, and then Duxbury will get almost a full-length power play. A minute 20 as soon as Matt Campbell is out of the box. Looks like Duxbury, are they taking their time out here? Perhaps not.
Coach Blake just trying to get his boys a little bit of a rest here. And as you said, 10 seconds remaining on the penalty kill. So if they can keep it in the offensive zone here, they'll go on the power play.
Draw was won by the Dragons. Took a bounce to the boards wide of the net. 3 seconds ago until the Dragons are on the power play, but controlled by Shaw, who wisely hangs on to the puck until he can dump it and not be at risk of an ice. Kelly out of his net to play it, leaves it for P.J. Garrett. The freshman is the lone goal scorer for the Dragons tonight. We're inside 10 minutes to go in the third period. This is Griffin shooting up through the middle, uncontested, and taken down from behind. He goes railroaded into the net, takes it off its moorings. I'm not sure if there's going to be a penalty here, Mark.
I think he's calling for the face-off outside the zone. And this is going to add salt to the wound because he was tripped, and the Duxbury fans are looking for a tripping call, and instead Griffin is going to be called for sliding into the post and creating a face-off outside the zone on the power play.
He went 0 to 60 pretty fast there. They do win the draw, and it's Griffin for Garrett. Garrett in the near circle, intercepted by Durkin. 2-on-0, really just 1-on-0. Here's Durkin in by himself, and it's wide to the far side of the post. 4-on-2 for the Dragons up the other way. Erasti gains the line, leaves it for Zek. Zek fires, blocked in front. Garrett tried to work it towards the net. It wouldn't have counted. It was with his hand.
Yeah, there was interference there, Jake. The fans screaming for it behind us, but they're not going to call that now with 9:04 remaining.
Still time for the Dragons.
27 seconds on the power play for the Dragons. They're going to settle it down here.
Corcoran out to the far point for Erasti. Wristed on net, stick save Murphy. Zek collects the rebound to the far corner. Out to the point, Erasti is going to tee it up again. Pad save Murphy. He's had 2 big ones now. 10 seconds to go on the man advantage. Erasti for a third time.
Well, Murphy never saw that one, Jake, but he was square to the puck and able to make the save.
Murphy with 4 saves on this power play.
Yeah, 2 seconds remaining on the power play, and a real good power play there for Coach Blake's Dragons as they put a lot of pressure on Murphy there. And Murphy was up to the task, Jake, keeping it 2-1, and just got to knock off that 2 seconds here, and we'll be 5-on-5.
8:37 to go altogether in the third period. Duxbury brings on their third line for the remainder of this power play, all 2 seconds of it. Draws one by the Hawks. Sorrento can't get the clear. Hannon at the far point kept it alive.
Penalty is up, so we're 5-on-5 now, Jake.
Hannon from beyond the red line sends it off the side wall. DiMartino sends it towards the net, and it goes off the end boards.
Nice job by Matt Campbell pinching in on that one to keep that puck in the Hawk zone.
This is Farrell up the near side left. Sent it towards net. It was swept up by Hannon. Under the stick of DiMartino, and that is going to be costly as it will be an icing against Duxbury. Draw coming back to the Xaverian attacking end with 8 minutes to go in the third period.
Yeah, intensity and hitting picking up here in the third period. Good physical, well-played game. And 2-1 Hawks offensive zone face-off here for them, just to the left of Tucker Kelly.
Farrell won the draw. McGlynn at the far point. Dumps it in along the end boards. Irassi there to play it for the Dragons. Not out. Shaw fires it, blocked in part by Brockwell. Up ice, Christensen to Brockwell with Stevens. Brockwell gains the line, lost it into the corner boards, sends it along the end wall to the near corner where Irassi was there to play it. But here's Farrell the other way for Xaverian. Cross ice pass, could not complete it to Sweeney. Irassi from beyond the red line dumps it in. And they're going to say he was on the wrong side of the red line, I believe. This is an icing against the Dragons.
Wow, I think they missed that one. Let's see if the refs self-correct this one. I guess
doesn't
not.
look it.
Boy, Cam Christensen, real nice hit here right in front of us along the wall, and the officials call icing on that, Jake, and he clearly was cross center ice.
I thought absolutely the puck was for sure. Maybe Irassi's whole body wasn't, but all that matters is the puck. Hawks with control. It's Durkin along the end boards. Being held by Irassi and no call, perhaps in part of a makeup. And now it's Griffin. Diagonal pass for Corcoran. Couldn't hang on cleanly. He jets it along the end boards. Murphy out to play it and gets a clear all the way up ice for Durkin, who's taken down. Now gaining the line is Hardman. Hardman fires, save Kelly. Following his own shot and backhanding it to the near side of the post, but holding it was Kelly with 6:56 to go in the game.
Yeah, nice low shot there by Hardman, looking for a rebound there too, going right to the net after he took that shot. And puck, fortunately for Tucker, Kelly went off into the corner, so face-off coming here to his left with 6:56 remaining. Hawks leading 2-1.
Griffin to take the draw against Durkin. Any day now, and it is won by the Dragons. Hannon sending it over for Campbell. Up ice underneath the stick of Zek. Xaverian just trying to kill some clock here, perhaps. Hannon lost it, was stolen by Durkin. Hannon will get it right back. But Duxbury having a whale of a time getting out of their own end. Zek used the sideboards, got it out, but it was picked right off by Hardman.
Great forecheck by the Hawks, Jake, you're right. Making it very difficult for Duxbury to do anything with the puck.
And that's
an
offside.
Call for an offside. So, again, just tenacious forechecking by the Hawks. Really starting to frustrate the Dragons a little bit here, Jake.
It'll be a draw right outside the Duxbury attacking zone. 6:23 to go.
We haven't had a goal scored since the 13:01 mark of the first period. So, a defensive struggle the rest of the way here so far, Jake.
It's been a while. That was Burns trying to get a break in, intercepted by Fitzgibbons. Garrett keeps it in his attacking zone. That's Ridicus, fires wide off the end boards. Rebound and a big hit. Burns goes down. I think the net may have come off its moorings a bit.
Nice play by Evan Burns, though, scrapping for that loose puck, able to get it backhand off on Aiden Murphy. And Murphy holding that post, as you said, Jake, and taking that post with him to get that face-off to his right with just under 6 minutes. 5:59 remaining in a one-goal game. We got a great tilt going on here, Jake.
Duxbury with an attacking zone draw. A lot of delayed draws here of late. Finally dropped, won by the Dragons. But the Hawks come up with possession immediately and get it out of the zone. That's Garrett for Irassi, trying to connect with DiMartino.
Yeah, and Timmy Sweeney had his eyes on that pass coming across the center of the ice and was looking to collect and go, but bouncing on him a little bit.
John Beniers had it knocked away by Brockwell. Irassi for Burns, but it's going to be an ice a little too far ahead of Evan Burns. 5:28 to go in the third period. It's still 2-1 Xaverian. Xaverian looks pretty content denying Duxbury offensive chances rather than gambling on their own.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to work the clock a little bit, keep the puck out of their own zone, and take the faceoffs when they need to. Murphy
has been outstanding all tournament so far. Allowed 1 goal against Brockton. He shut out Newton North, and has so far allowed only 1 against Duxbury.
And Tucker Kelly coming in here with back-to-back shutouts and having given up 2 goals here tonight. So both goaltenders only having given up 2 goals in the whole tournament.
For what it's worth, both goals have come from defensemen. That's Hannon that tees it up. But Xaverian is going to get a breakout. Durkin leading the charge. Going to take it into the left side. Defended by Campbell. Sends it towards the net. Save Kelly. And there for the rebound was Hardman, but he shoots it well wide off the glass.
This all the way down. They're going to call this one as the contact is made in the crease by Hardman. Hardman making some contact with Kelly, and they're going to bring the puck all the way down into the Hawks zone for the faceoff here, and official making sure Hardman doesn't have anything else to say, and actually it's just going to be outside, so it's just outside. I thought they were pointing all the way down.
As I was saying, though, Aiden Murphy, he's allowed only 2 goals, both from defensemen. P.J. Tucker in this game, Dan Peterson of Brockton versus the Boxers in the first round.
Coach Spinelli's going to get his timeout, and probably a good timeout. His players were getting a little chippy at the end of that one, and certainly don't want to draw a penalty here with 4:44 remaining and a 1-goal lead.
Nope, the momentum not really tilted one way or another. Xaverian obviously with the lead, so they're in control. Duxbury needs to really think about getting more aggressive, I think, offensively. They got to start taking more chances. They're playing too conservative.
Yeah, I think they got to open it up. You're right, Jake. The defensemen are playing way too deep up here on the blue line. When the puck's in deep, they got to come in a little bit further and try to, add that fourth offensive player into the slot or somewhere down low to keep that puck going towards the net. I think you're right there. They're playing, maybe a little back on their heels. They got to start taking it to them. There's not much time left in this game.
Let P.J. Garrett rip it in from the point again. He's having himself a great postseason. I know he's only a freshman. He's got 3 years left after this. That's a scary thought for the rest of the Patriot League and the D1 South section as a whole. But he's having a great game beyond just that goal. I think that's where it's got to get started for the Dragons.
Yeah, and for the Hawks, number 4, Andrew Durkin, having a great game for them. Boy, he's played very well, very gritty. Good on the forecheck. Able to get a couple of nice shots on net here in the third period to test Tucker Kelly. And so we come out of the timeout. Duxbury still with their timeout remaining, as we'll see if Coach Blake opts to take that in the final 4:44.
Griffin wins the draw for Rasty over for Tucker. Beniers, well defended by Zek, who goes crashing into the corner boards. Beniers being helped by Farrell. They'll try to get it out to the point. Keeping it alive is Sweeney. 4:14 to go. Xaverian very content with some ball control offense here. McGlynn for Beniers. Deflected off the stick of Corcoran. And Duxbury will finally get it clear. Here's Griffin. Griffin shoots it into the corner. Taken down from behind. No call again. The crowd can't believe it. That's McGlynn with a puck. A diagonal outlet pass for Farrell. Farrell gains the line. Leaves it for Sweeney, who fires it. And a nice save by Tucker Kelly.
Boy, Griffin was caved in from behind down there on a cross check, Jake. It looked like an obvious call that time. And no call on that one. And 3:45 remaining in the third. That would have been a big one for the Dragons.
Duxbury could definitely use a power play here to help really jumpstart this offense. And they're running out of time. 3:45 to go, a draw in their own end. It's controlled by the Hawks. Fitzgibbons along the end boards. Down there to help him is McInnery. Dragons get a clear. Ridicus for Hannon. Touched again by Ridicus. Tries to chase it down in his attacking end.
Goes got 2 guys to that puck, Jake. We're almost underneath 3:22. You got to get after the puck.
DiMartino along the end boards. Picked up by Hannon. Far point, shot in, and glove save. Came off the stick of Bruckner.
Give the Hawks credit on the forecheck, Jake. Every time Duxbury comes out from behind their own net, there's a white jersey standing right there. Sticks in the passing lane, just doing everything right. Is Xaverian right now, and they're hanging on to that 2-1 lead with 3:08 remaining in this one.
Xaverian getting the face-off exactly where they want it. Their attacking end is far away from the Duxbury zone as possible. Durkin going to take the draw for the Hawks. One-timer. Worked its way to the net. It was off the stick of Hardman, but really no shot. Kelly right in front of it for the save.
Xaverian will take that all day, Jake. Win the face-off, put it on the goalie, get a whistle. Clock keeps ticking, right? 3:06 remaining. They're just working those vital seconds off of the clock here in the offensive zone.
Just 2 seconds off. Stevens along the perimeter for Brockwell. Brockwell dekes out Cook for Erasti. Over for Garrett. P.J. Garrett at the far side left. Gains the line. Sent it up into the protective netting. That was meant to be a shot. It was off the stick.
You called it, though, Jake. I like the idea. At least he was trying to shoot the puck. It was deflected off a Xaverian player's stick into the netting. But, geez, they got to get some offense from somewhere. I mean, like you said, get it back to the point, shoot it, put it on net, and try to create a scrum or a loose puck or something and tie this thing up.
Draw in the Xaverian defensive end. Duxbury with their top line out there. Griffin on the draw. It's held. Corcoran all the way back beyond Erasti, who's going to have to track it down. Jetting in on him was Beniers, but Erasti controls the puck with a nice outlet for Griffin. Over for Zek. Zek fires, and a blocker saved by Murphy. Corcoran tracks down the rebound at the far half wall. Forced out of the zone by Sweeney. Sweeney up ice. Sweeney and gets past one defender. Sweeney to the backhand. He lifted it all the way over the end glass.
Yeah, nice move by Sweeney, but Erasti just giving him no room whatsoever. And Duxbury on the breakout. Great opportunity there with Griffin feeding it over to Burns, and they had a chance. But again, Sweeney's so good with that puck. Once he gets into that offensive zone and gets those jets going, he's hard to stop.
Dragons win the draw. Campbell misplayed it. Is able to advance it in the right direction. It's back where it started. Hannon. It's gloved down on the other side by Hardman. Campbell has it intercepted by Hardman, and up ice is Durkin. Durkin, the no-look backhand pass intended for Hardman. Durkin tracks it down himself and sends it to the far point. Durkin gets it back, moves off the half wall, sent it towards the slot. Cook wasn't in position to shoot it. Duxbury assumes control inside 2 minutes to go, 1:49 to be exact. Duxbury needs a break. Here's 2-on-2 action. Christensen in between the legs of Bruckner, but could not get a shot off under the stick of Hannon. Up the other way is Jack Cook. Cook in by himself. Cook to the backhand. I'm not sure what happened there. He didn't really get the shot off. I think he was too well defended by Erasti. Here's the break for the Dragons. 3-on-3 they come. Griffin gains line. Griffin fires. Blocked partially by Walsh.
Yeah, they can't get that puck to the net, Jake. They're trying. They're getting some chances here now, but
it's
got to play a little more desperation.
Here's Corcoran. Corcoran in, and an excellent poke check by Bruckner. It is 6-on-5 hockey for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, we'll see if Coach Blake opts to call his timeout here, as the Griffin line was out there for a while there, and he might want to get those guys a little bit of a breather with 1:09 remaining. I would think he wants them on the ice. We'll see if he opts to go to the timeout here or pulls the goalie. So he's got the goalie pulled with 1:09, and they will call the timeout.
69 seconds to go. Corcoran, Griffin, Zek, Garrett, Erasti, and your extra attacker is Evan Burns.
Yeah, Tucker Kelly, great game for him, and he'd like to see his boys in front of him tie this thing up. Nobody rooting for that any more than Tucker Kelly right now.
Duxbury defeated Hingham in the regular season 2-1. They know that if they can come back and win this game, there's a chance they'll face the Harbormen again.
Yeah, Harbormen will be up against a good defensive team there in Barnstable tomorrow, 4:30 right here live on MyHockeyLive. And big day of hockey. 3 games coming to you from the Gallo Ice Arena here tomorrow. And, of course, we've got the games going on also up on the North Shore tonight. 2 games up there. Try to get you some scores if we can.
1 minute, 9 seconds left in regulation. The Dragons need a goal to tie it. Xaverian needs only one more to clinch the game and advance to the South Sectional Final.
As you exit the bleachers, please go to your
The
left.
lone game here at Gallo tonight. Hingham Barnstable was postponed due to snow. A snow day in Barnstable.
For your cooperation.
So we've got, after one period of play up in Chelmsford, Arlington Catholic leading Andover 1-0 in that one.
Play resumes. Corcoran was in the circle, and it was sent out, although not entirely. And now here's Beniers. Beniers with a wide open net in front of him. He shoots and scores, and the Xaverian Hawks take a 2-goal lead with 58 seconds to go. John Beniers, the empty netter, in all likelihood sends his team to the D1 South Final.
Yeah, and there's another player who's had a great game tonight. John Beniers, the junior forward for Xaverian Hawks, icing the cake here, 3-1, 58 seconds remaining. Still a lot of time, but boy, Xaverians look so tough on defense that 2 goals is going to be next to impossible to come by in the final 58.
Duxbury leaves their top line out there, and why not? Here's Griffin. Griffin into the backhand. He shoots, and a save by Murphy. It pops back up and top of the slot. Arasti with a turnaround. It goes wide. Griffin tracks down the rebound. We're back to 6-on-5. Hannon's going to fire, and it is blocked by Fitzgibbons. Fitzgibbons got tripped, and that was actually Sweeney, but either way, it doesn't matter. Xaverian gets another empty net goal, and the Hawks are going to win the game.
Yeah, Timmy Sweeney, Beniers, both working hard all night, paying off here at the very end of the game as they go up 4-1, and they're going to move on now to Sunday night's D1 South Final, and they will face the winner of the Hingham Barnstable game from tomorrow afternoon. So, just a good game for the Hawks. Coach Spinelli's going to be very pleased with what he's seen here tonight, Jake.
Xaverian was in the Super 8 play-in game. They lost to Franklin. As such, found themselves back in the D1 South. They are one more win away from winning the South and getting back to the TD Garden anyhow. 17 seconds to go. Duxbury and Xaverian going through the motions here. The Hawks are going to win behind 2 empty net goals inside of a minute. It's 4-1. Behind the play, Fitzgibbons throws down a Duxbury player. And that's all.
The Hawks celebrate, jumping all over goaltender Aiden Murphy, who yet again was another stellar performance for Aiden Murphy as he's able to keep the Dragons to just 1 goal here and a 4-1 victory. Score a little deceiving, Jake, as it was
absolutely
obviously 2-1 with about a minute left, or so. Big win for the Hawks.
Xaverian came in as the 1 seed, not by virtue of their record. If it was by their record, the winning percentage points would have sent them down to the middle. But because they were in that Super 8 play-in game, they get the 1 seed, and as such, they're going to the final, where they will face the winner of Hingham and Barnstable.
Hingham and Barnstable again, 4:30 here live from the Gallo. Tomorrow we'll be down here for that one, as well as the the Division 2 and the Division 3 games tomorrow. So we've got the Hanover game is the second game, I believe, Jake. It's Hanover and Attleboro, and then of course
bit of an upset run there.
The nightcap will be 8:30. Will be Cohasset and Norwell, and they've faced each other a couple of times already this year. I think they've tied twice.
They have tied twice. Cohasset, one of the only teams Norwell faced that they did not defeat. Norwell has not lost to a Division 3 team all year. They had 1 loss. It was to the Medway Mustangs, a Division 2 school. Wow. They tied Dennis Yarmouth, one of those fluky games. Dennis Yarmouth wasn't very good this year. But they tied Cohasset twice.
Right, so maybe Cohasset's got their number. We'll soon find out tomorrow night. And we want to thank Art Egerton again behind the camera here tonight down at the Gallo. And, two good teams, 2 great hockey programs here in both Duxbury and Xaverian. And, 2 good goaltenders. We'll certainly see a lot more of Tucker Kelly next year. The junior goaltender for Duxbury will head into his senior year. really the backbone to the Dragons last year, getting them into the Super 8 tournament, and as you said, Jake, winning the Falmouth tournament, and then, of course, taking his team here to the semifinal this year. And Aiden Murphy, only a sophomore for Xaverian, and he continues to impress, and he'll have his work cut out for him in the South Final, certainly. And should they advance to the Garden, I'm sure they'll see a strong team from the D1 North bracket.
Good group of seniors leaving the ice for the final time for the Dragons. We'll read them off for you. Sean Arasti. We're going in numerical order here. Sean Arasti, Ted Hannon, Charlie Jacobson, Jack Griffin, another captain, Matt Dehenny, Brian Zeck, Evan Burns. And that's that.
Yeah, not many seniors on that roster, Jake, so I think we'll be seeing the Dragons back here again next year, certainly, if not in the Super 8. Coach Blake's got a good young team there, and I think, we haven't heard the last from them, and congratulations to the Hawks as they move on, and Coach Spinelli had his team ready for this one, and they were the better team, Jake.
Now one more time, Xaverian 4, Duxbury 1. For Mark Igo and Art Egerton, I'm Jake Levin. We will see you tomorrow afternoon. A triple header here on MyHockeyLive.com. You're not going to want to miss any of those games. Till next time.